The greatest tragedy of life is not death. The greatest tragedy of life is living and dying without leaving some type of meaningful legacy in this world. And by legacy, I don't mean everyone needs to be famous. You don't have to be famous to have impact, to add value to the world. Legacy is all about how you make people feel. It's all about the difference that you are making in the world, your contribution to the world. That's your legacy. People will not remember you for what you did or for what you were. They'll remember you for how you made them feel, how you interacted with people, how you cared for them, how you helped them when they needed you the most. That is your legacy. The passing of Rick hurt a lot of people across the globe, and I believe that is because of the person that he was. I believe that is because of how he made people feel whenever they interacted with him, how he lived his life, how he conducted himself. A lot of people fell in love with him because of how impactful he was. Sometimes it's not about how long you live, it's about the quality of your days. Did you make the few days that you were given count? Did you help where you could? Were you kind? Did you, smile at the stranger? It's not about how long you live, as much as it hurts. I was fond of Ricky. He inspired a lot of people. He created a lot of opportunities for the young ones in the industry. He made his days count. As sad as it is, he really lived his life, and we need to be grateful for how he gave of himself in the time that he was with us. And we may not understand why this had to happen. All we can do is just celebrate him and honor his soul as well, because according to me, Ricky is a legend. He's at that age, he was able to reach legendary status, according to me, because of his impact, because of the things that he did for others, especially because he was a very selfless human being. So in this video, I'm going to be giving you 7 life lessons that I learned from Rick, coming right up. What is up, everyone? My name is KayGee and welcome back to the channel. I never had a personal relationship with Ricky. However, I did meet him around 2012, thereabout, if I'm not mistaken, at the Dope Store in Fox Street. I don't think they're operating anymore. But the Dope Store basically used to invite up-and-coming artists to perform as part of the experience. They would incorporate art, poetry, clothes. So on one of the evenings, Rick was one of the performers there, and I remember, being drawn to him, because of how he was dressed and how he was conducting himself. I was with my friend Pumlani, and we just spoke to him. It was at the time he was not famous as yet, but we really admired his grind. We really admired his hustle. He was selling T-shirts as well. He was also selling mixtapes, and I remember me and my friend saying to him, "You've got a lot of potential, and it's only a matter of time until the world really sees your talent." And it was like we were being prophetic, because about 2 years or 3 years later, he blew up. But what I remember from that brief interaction with Ricky is how humble he was, and that's the first thing that I would say I've learned from Rick. Not just from that experience when we interacted with him, but also watching his career unfold, as he grew in the industry. I could still see that humbleness based on feedback that you get from other people on social media, people that have interacted with him, how he carried himself in general. You could just see that he was very humble, and that's one of the things that struck me, when I met him together with Pumlani. I remember he even introduced us to his mom to say, "This is my mom. She's helping me with the grind. She's very supportive. I'm blessed to have her." As much as he was not famous yet, he didn't need to be that nice to us. He didn't have to be nice, but he was, because that's just the person that he is. Whoever that he interacted with, he treats you like you are the only person in the world. I remember, We had a nice conversation about the industry, how, there's a lot to look forward to in the industry and stuff like that. So we even bought his t-shirts, we bought his mixtape. So it was a very nice experience meeting the man, before he even became a household name. The second thing I would say I've learned from Ricky Rick is that you need to work hard. Talent alone is not enough. Ricky has always been talented, but I saw him push, him pushing mixtapes from the boot of his mother's car, him selling t-shirts to make that extra buck. He worked hard, not only as an entrepreneur, but as a musician, as an artist. He constantly stretched himself, he constantly pushed himself to be his best, So his success was not by luck. His success was not because someone, fed him success on a silver platter. He succeeded because he worked hard. He wanted it. He had a vision and he went for it. When we met him, like I said, he was not famous, but you could see that this boy is going to be something big one day, and he did it. So work hard on your dream, work hard on your goals. It's only a matter of time until the world starts noticing you, until the world starts really benefiting and acknowledging the value that you are bringing to the table. The third thing that I would say I've learned from Ricky Rick is that you need to wait for your time. You could be talented, but if it's not yet your time, then you will get frustrated because you don't understand seasons. Life is seasonal. We all have our time in God's calendar. There's a reason why artists break through at different times. It's like people take turns in getting their opportunity, in getting their prominence. So wait for your time. The fact that you're not yet successful, the fact that you haven't blown up yet, doesn't mean that you don't have talent. All it means is that your time hasn't come yet. So what you need to do is to be patient, but during that period of being patient, work hard, stay true, serve, help where you can while you wait for your time. But understand that you have an allocated time in this world to sort of blow up, to get your breakthrough. That is one of the things that I've learned from Ricky. When we met him at the dope store, he was always talented, but then it took him about 3 years after that to actually get the breakthrough he always wanted. Had he stopped maybe a year later, he wouldn't have become this great icon that is celebrated across the globe. He waited for his own time. It gets frustrating sometimes, but you need to understand the principle. You need to understand that everyone has their time in God's calendar. Number 4, the fourth thing that I would say I've learned from him is that you need to live passionately. Whatever you do, don't hold back. Love what you do, love life, love hard. Life is a gift and we need to enjoy it to the full. That doesn't mean you need to live irresponsibly, but it does mean that you need to be adventurous. It does mean that you need to try new things, explore, go on trips, take vacations, go on holiday. Enjoy life, live passionately, because life is a gift and all of us are living on borrowed time. So make use of the time you've been given. Be kind, love, be selfless, live passionately. The fifth thing I would say I've learned from Ricky is that you need to be kind and help where you can. We're all going through something, and sometimes it's as simple as hearing kind words from a stranger to make you feel better. We're all going through something. Mental health has become one of the biggest problems in the world, and that's because people are mean. People are bullies out there. Stop being selfish and be kind. Stop being selfish and love your neighbor, because we are all going through the same things. It might not be at the same scale, but we are all battling. We are all fighting something. So it makes it easier when you are kind to people. It makes it easier when you are able to help where you can. I believe that poverty is man-made. There's enough in the world, there's enough resources in the world to cater for everyone, but because of greed and selfishness, there's poverty. People are starving, people are dying because of hunger. Why? Because of greed, because people are able to help, but they choose not to. So if you have an opportunity to share kindness, if you have an opportunity to share the little that you have, do that. Understand that as the human race, we can win more battles if we unite, if we come together, if we help one another, if we humble ourselves and say, how can I help you? The sixth lesson I would say I've learned from Ricky is that do not give up. Ricky has been in the game for a very long time. He's been hustling for a very long time. Even before we met him at the dope store, he's been grinding, he's been pushing music, he's been pushing this art thing. But because it wasn't yet his time, he had to continue pushing. So don't give up, keep trying, keep improving. Don't consider failure to be final. Failure is only final when you give up, when you throw in the towel. You haven't failed for as long as you are trying. So do not give up. Learn from your failures. Learn from your experiences so that you can become better and better, so that you can become ready when your opportunity finally comes along. But giving up is not an option. Whatever it is that you're going through, as hard as it is, that is a phase, that is a season in your life. And if you continue walking, I can assure you that a better season will be in your midst very soon. So do not give up. Keep going. Keep trying. The seventh lesson I've learned from Urikirik is that you need to believe in yourself. Uriki was very confident. His confidence was infectious. He believed in himself. He was not intimidated by anyone because he knew who he was. He spent enough time to discover himself. He projected that confidence in everything that he did. It came across in how he dressed. It came across in how he did his music. You could see that this man believes in what God has given him. Learn from that and believe in yourself, because if you don't believe in yourself, the world is not going to believe in you. It starts with you. You need to trust what you have. You need to believe in your gift. You need to believe in your capabilities. You need to believe in your own potential. That's how you become great. If you are going to walk into a field, into a sector, doubting yourself, guess what? People are going to walk all over you. People are not going to give you those opportunities, because if you don't believe in you, why should I believe in you? So you need to try your best to celebrate your wins, reflect on your successes so that you can be more confident. You have something valuable to give to the world. Start believing that, start refining it so that you can be counted amongst the great. Lastly, what I've learned from Uriki is that don't be afraid to be unique. Express your uniqueness. How Uriki dressed shows that this man was not afraid to be unique. Life is looking for the real you. So don't be afraid to express that. You are unique for a reason. You are here to inspire people. You are here to help others find themselves. Dress however you want. Do what you want to do with the gift of life that you've been given. Don't hold back who you really are. There's a reason why you are the way you are, and the world wants that. The world is not looking for a cheap copy of someone else. Don't be afraid to express your uniqueness. It is your uniqueness that will set you apart. Your uniqueness is linked to your influence. Your uniqueness is linked to your greatness. Your uniqueness is your power. So don't be afraid to share your uniqueness. Don't be afraid to be you. That brings us to the end of the video. Thanks again for watching. This was my way of honoring a legend. Use your gift to honor him as well. If you can draw, if you can write, write something in honor of Urikirik. I think we've lost an icon. We've lost a great man of the soil. May his soul rest in peace, and condolences to his family. Thanks again for watching, guys.